Better burger, better price. Better burger, better price.
Get ready for a carload of flavor.
Back in the 1970s, drive-thru restaurants were all the rage. Do you remember the good old days of grabbing a quick and tasty bite without leaving your car? From the iconic Burger Chef to the mouth-watering Geno's Hamburgers and the classic Red Barn, these eateries hold a special place in our hearts. Who could forget the delicious offerings of Sandy's or the flavorful treats from Noggles? Whether it's the simplicity of Henry's Hamburgers or the convenience of Jack in the Box, these drive-thrus had something for everyone. The list does not end here, it continues. So join us as we explore 20 drive-thru restaurants from the 1970s we want back.
Open wide, America! Burger Chef's got big, juicy, terrific burgers for you.
Number 1. Burger Chef. Burger Chef, a quintessential American fast food chain, emerged in 1954 in Indianapolis, Indiana. It swiftly burgeoned nationwide, boasting 1,050 outlets by its zenith in 1973, even extending its reach into Canada. Renowned for its signature offerings like the Big Chef and Super Chef hamburgers, Burger Chef etched itself into the hearts and palates of many. In a stroke of marketing genius in the late 1960s, Burger Chef unveiled the Fun Burger, packaged with puzzles and toys captivating young patrons.
Not for long, Jeff. My new Fun Burger is going to put a smile on every face.
The subsequent debut of the Fun Meal, the inaugural kids meal featuring a burger, fries, drink, cookie, and toy, further solidified its appeal. Despite McDonald's introduction of the Happy Meal in 1979, Burger Chef's legal challenge proved unsuccessful.
This is a McDonald's Happy Meal. Your kids will love it. It's food and fun in a box.
1982, the General Foods Corporation relinquished Burger Chef to Amasco, a Canadian conglomerate overseeing Hardee's, for $44 million. The last vestige of Burger Chef vanished in 1996. Nonetheless, its legacy endures as a trailblazer in fast food innovation, particularly in its pioneering Fun Meal concept for children. The nostalgia for Burger Chef might be overwhelming, but what about Geno's Hamburgers, rivaling other burger joints of its time?
I go for Geno's because I go for good food, and Howard can go for whatever he wants.
What'd you say you're going for?
Geno's. You go for the food.
Number 2. Geno's Hamburgers. Geno's Hamburgers originated in 1957 in Dundalk, Maryland, just beyond Baltimore. Its founders, Joe Campanella, Louis Fisher, and Alan Amici, officially opened it in 1959, welcoming Colts captain Gino Marchetti as a partner. Renowned for its delectable sirloiners and Geno Giants, Geno's swiftly gained popularity, rivaling other burger joints. In the early 1970s, Geno's embarked on an ambitious expansion beyond its mid-Atlantic roots into the Midwest, albeit briefly. Despite notable endeavors like the acquisition of Orchestra Hall in Detroit for restaurant construction, public outcry led to the preservation of the historic structure. Geno's ventured into Massachusetts and Connecticut, facing challenges due to Gino Marchetti's limited recognition in the area, often confused with Papa Gino's pizza chain. Operating 359 company-owned locations at its zenith, Geno's saw its legacy continued when the Marriott Corporation acquired it in 1982, eventually converting sites to Roy Rogers restaurants. The last independent Geno's in Pasadena, Maryland, bid farewell in 1986. Despite its closure, Geno's innovative contributions endure.
Henry's on.
Tasting good.
Henry's on.
Number 3. Henry's Hamburgers. Henry's Hamburgers, an emblematic American fast food chain, sprang to life in 1954 when Bressler's Ice Cream Company delved into the burgeoning drive-in scene. The company aimed to bolster malt and shake sales while maintaining its existing ice cream shop franchises. By 1956, Henry's burgeoned to 35 locations in the Chicago area, surpassing some industry giants like McDonald's. Their marketing slogans, including "Aren't you hungry for a Henry's?" and "Hen for Henry's," captured the public's attention.
Hungry for a Henry's. Drive into Henry's place.
Hit for Henry's, all for the love of taste.
With burgers priced as low as 15 cents or even 10 burgers for $1, Henry's carved its place in the fast food landscape. However, come the mid-1970s, the tide shifted, and Henry's Hamburgers began shuttering. Ownership changes and the Bressler Company mergers took their toll. Only one franchise store remains today, a nostalgic haven in Benton Harbor, Michigan. If you're nearby, swing to Henry's to taste fast food history and nostalgia.
We have fresh ideas at Red Barn.
Why does Red Barn sound like it broke a record?
You can go back and go back and go back.
And I'm going back.
Ideas at Red Barn, like a salad bar for you.
Number 4. Red Barn. Red Barn, a nostalgic fast food chain, emerged in 1961 in Springfield, Ohio, thanks to the visionary trio of founders Don Six, Martin Levine, and Jim Kirst. Its iconic design mirrors a charming Red Barn with a glass front and limited seating. Red Barn quickly captured the imagination. In 1963, the burgeoning Red Barn chain was acquired by Richard O. Kearns, who steered it as the Red Barn System, relocating its offices from Dayton, Ohio to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, by August 1964. Flourishing during its zenith, Red Barn boasted 300 to 400 restaurants across 19 states in the U.S., along with outlets in southern Ontario, other parts of Canada, and even Australia.
When the Hungries hit, it's the Red Barn. That sounded so delicious.
Their catchy advertising slogan, "When the Hungries hit the Red Barn," became synonymous with quick, satisfying meals. Yet, the new owners, focused on real estate and financial services, allowed franchise leases to lapse. By approximately 1988, the last Red Barn locations bid farewell. While many of the distinctive barn-shaped buildings found new purposes, some were rejuvenated as the farm restaurants, preserving the beloved menu items. As the Red Barn has become a distant memory, will Sandy's face a similar fate?
Kids, we know that going to Sandy's is a lot of fun. But did you ever take a really close look inside?
Number 5. Sandy's. Founded in June of 1958 by 4 entrepreneurs from Kewanee, Illinois, Gus Brick Lundberg, Robert C. Winger, Paul White, and W.K. Davidson, Sandy's emerged as a beacon of fast food innovation. Originally intending to secure a McDonald's franchise outside California, the quartet pivoted to forge their path when Ray Kroc clarified territorial limitations. The inaugural Sandy's restaurant debuted in Urbana, Illinois in June of 1956, offering a menu akin to McDonald's, featuring a 15-cent hamburger, a 20-cent milkshake, and a 10-cent bag of French fries. Sandy's distinguished itself by granting operators ownership autonomy, diverging from the corporate supply chain norm. This flexibility bolstered its popularity among students, professionals, and families near the University of Illinois.
A Sandy hamburger. Strip away its toasted sesame bun, onion, crisp lettuce, and pickles. Strip away its ripe tomato, cheese, and mayonnaise.
By 1979, Sandy's boasted over 120 locations across the Midwest, but encountered formidable competition. Consequently, the company ceased operations and transitioned into a Hardee's franchise. With its Scottish-themed allure, Sandy's paved the way for Hardee's expansion in the Midwest, leaving a legacy of drive-thru convenience and delectable burgers.
Hi, Senor Noggles was cooking my famous fajitas. A handmade tortilla filled with marinated sirloin steak and onions, fresh tomatoes, and scallions.
Number 6. Noggles. Noggles was a cherished Mexican-American fast food chain that delighted palates across Southern California from 1970 all the way to 1995. Founded by Dick Noggle, the inaugural Noggles establishment sprung to life at the southwest corner of 14th Street and Brockton Avenue in Riverside, California, now a Del Taco outpost. Noggles epitomized simplicity with its motto, "Prepare food fresh, serve customers fast, and keep the place clean." By the mid-'80s, Noggles had transcended its Riverside origins, flourishing with over 200 franchise locations.
Senor Noggles, what do we have to do to get a real Mexican taco? Rob a bank? No, I said, I'll sell you my crisp taco for 69 cents.
Offering a menu brimming with classic Mexican-American delights like tacos, burritos, and crispy nachos, Noggles stood out for its unwavering commitment to freshness, ensuring each bite was brimming with flavor. In 1988, Del Taco absorbed Noggles, yet this amalgamation was fleeting. By 1995, the final Noggles shuttered its doors. However, in 2015, Noggles experienced a renaissance when entrepreneur Kristen Zebarth resurrected the brand, capitalizing on abandoned trademarks. Today, Noggles endures as a symbol of its enduring legacy, but is its legacy as nostalgic as the legacy of Wetson's.
Double cheese, cheeseburger, burger, please.
Number 7. Wetson's. Wetson's, a quintessential New York drive-thru burger chain, graced the fast food landscape from 1959 to 1975, leaving an enduring mark on the greater New York metropolitan area. Inspired by his encounter with the original McDonald's hamburger drive-in during a trip to San Bernardino, California, founder Herbert "Herb" Wettinson embarked on a mission. Recognizing the post-war demographic similarities between Levittown and San Bernardino, Herb and his brother Errol opened the first Wetson's in 1959 within a former Mayflower coffee and donut shop on Long Island. Wetson's became renowned for its signature Big W, akin to today's McDonald's Big Mac, alongside breakfast sandwiches catering to those early risers. However, the 70s ushered in formidable competition as McDonald's and Burger King entered the New York market, challenging Wetson's dominance. In 1975, Wetson's merged with Nathan's Famous, leading to the closure of 29 locations and the eventual demise of Wetson's brand.
Now you can enjoy a real taste thrill right here. Yes, it's the all-American favorite, hamburgers.
Number 8. All-American Burger. All-American Burger, a cherished Southern California fast food spot, etched its place in burger fans' hearts since its establishment in 1963. Nestled in Massapequa, New York, its original location became a beloved fixture for locals and visitors alike. This enduring structure that housed All-American remains unchanged, a testament to its charm. Their signature burger, reminiscent of McDonald's Quarter Pounder with cheese, boasted a succulent beef patty, fresh toppings, and a hint of raw onion. The perfect beef-to-bun ratio and carefully curated condiments highlighted the star of the show, the beef itself. Equally remarkable were their fries, thick, crispy, and velvety, a departure from the mundane starch sticks. Despite its regional prominence, All-American Burger transcended its footprint to achieve widespread fame, notably immortalized in the 1980s teen film Fast Times at Ridgemont High. However, in 2010, the final location bid farewell. With a farewell of All-American Burger, we'll have to let go of another beloved drive-thru chain, Hot 'n Now, which has captured the hearts of many.
The new $1.49 Bolt Jr. combo from Hot 'n Now. Pound for pound, it's a much better value.
Number 9. Hot 'n Now. Hot 'n Now emerged as a beacon of simplicity and affordability. Founded in 1984 in Kalamazoo, Michigan by William Van Domelen, this unassuming drive-thru chain captured many's hearts and appetites. Hot 'n Now's menu was refreshingly straightforward. Imagine cheap cheeseburgers, crispy poppers, and cheesy taters served fresh, hot, and fast. But what truly set them apart were their iconic orange-slanted roofs, a vivid splash of color against the sky.
Juicy and tasty, it'll bring it to your knees. Big cheese, Hot 'n Now.
These distinctive roofs adorned the small footprint buildings that dotted highways and street corners. In 1990, PepsiCo acquired Hot 'n Now, integrating it into the Taco Bell family. However, changes ensued, menu tweaks, operational shifts, and franchisees grew frustrated. The chain support waned and profits dipped. By the mid-1990s, corporate-owned stores closed, leaving franchisees in a bind. One franchisee even filed a lawsuit against Taco Bell. Hot 'n Now's glory days have faded despite changing hands multiple times. By 2004, the chain filed for bankruptcy, and the orange-slanted roofs faded into memory.
Jack, Jack in the Box. Now you're cooking, Jack.
Number 10. Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box transformed drive-thru services with its innovative concepts. Founded in 1951 by Robert O. Peterson in San Diego, California, Jack in the Box swiftly became a go-to option for hungry Americans. The drive-thru concept allowed customers to order and receive their meals without stepping out of their cars, a convenience embraced by busy families and travelers alike. One standout feature was Jack in the Box's multi-lane drive-thru, prioritizing efficiency with simultaneous order taking from different vehicles. Additionally, they introduced a walk-up window catering to pedestrians craving their famous tacos and burgers. Financially, Jack in the Box flourished. By the 1970s, it was a lucrative franchise, generating substantial revenue. The brand's quirky mascot, Jack Box, became recognizable in American pop culture. Despite a setback in 1993 due to an E. coli outbreak linked to undercooked hamburgers, Jack in the Box faced challenges but adapted and evolved.
Health officials say people infected with the E. coli bacteria, more than 150 people have become ill after eating tainted hamburger meat at Jack in the Box restaurants.
Recent years saw the unveiling of a new prototype, the MK12_W, designed for efficiency, cost-effectiveness, and streamlined operations. This drive-thru powerhouse continues to evolve, underscoring innovation's pivotal role in Jack in the Box's enduring success.
Carol's, the best you can get.
Number 11. Carol's. Carol's, a burger and fries drive-in, emerged as a viable alternative to McDonald's and Burger King. Founded in 1960 by Herbert N. Slotnick in Syracuse, New York, Carol's swiftly gained popularity. Their menu featured a club burger, a sea fillet fish sandwich, and crispy country chicken. At its zenith, Carol's boasted approximately 150 outlets, primarily scattered across upstate New York and Pennsylvania. As a pioneer in the fast food industry, it thrived in areas where it held a monopoly. However, the marketing prowess of industry giants like Burger King and McDonald's proved overwhelming. By the early 1970s, Carol's was encircled by these formidable competitors, akin to Royal Crown Cola competing with Coke and Pepsi. In a strategic maneuver, Herbert Slotnick opted to align with Burger King. In the mid-1970s, Carol's transitioned into Burger King franchises. Many former Carol's locations underwent conversion, while others phased out. The last surviving Carol's in the United States stood on East Main Street in Batavia, persisting until about 1981. The survival of Carol's was a heartbreaking tale. However, will Herfy's face a similar fate? Number 12. Herfy's. Herfy's, a beloved chain in the Pacific Northwest, engraved its name in fast food history. Founded in 1962 by Leon Gardner in Everett, Washington, a suburb of Seattle, Herfy's initially operated as Beefy's, a modest drive-in hamburger stand. The concept was simple: serve delectable burgers, fries, and shakes to patrons without them ever leaving their cars. Rapidly gaining popularity, Gardner expanded by franchising, extending rights throughout the West Coast. The menu featured classic American fare, juicy burgers, crispy fries, and thick milkshakes. Herfy's became a go-to spot for families, teenagers, and anyone craving a tasty meal. Their signature Herfy burger, a mouth-watering combination of flame-grilled beef, fresh lettuce, and tangy special sauce, garnered widespread acclaim. Herfy's encountered challenges as national fast food chains like McDonald's and Burger King intensified competition. By the late 1970s, Herfy's began to struggle due to financial pressures, evolving consumer preferences, and heightened competition. In the early 1980s, Herfy's shuttered its doors, leaving behind cherished memories of carside dining and flavorful burgers. Number 13. Zantigo. Zantigo delighted palates with its Mexican cuisine. Founded in 1969 as Zapata by Marno McDermott in Minneapolis, Minnesota, this drive-thru gem quickly gained traction. Its menu featured delectable offerings like the Chilito, a chili and cheese quesadilla that attained cult status. Zantigo's distinctive television commercial showcased a Mexican-American narrator with an accent, whimsically declaring, "Zantigo, you'll be back, amigo." With over 80 locations, the chain flourished, surpassing Taco Bell in annual sales. However, by the early 1980s, KFC, Zantigo's parent company, shifted focus to its core business, halting expansion plans. In a twist of fate, Zantigo encountered its Mexican standoff. In 1986, PepsiCo acquired KFC, which already owned Taco Bell. The decision was evident: Zantigo would merge into Taco Bell. By late 1987, the Zantigo name faded, but its legacy endured. Many former Zantigo locations transitioned into Taco Bell restaurants, incorporating Zantigo's architectural style.
Our burgers are all sharper than the real delight.
Number 14, Delights of America. Delights of America, a pioneer in the fast food industry, aimed to satiate hunger while prioritizing health. Founded in 1978 by Doug Shelley and Jeffrey Miller in Norcross, Georgia, this drive-thru chain distinguished itself with a nutrition-focused approach. Their menu featured reduced-calorie offerings, such as lean beef hamburgers, high-fiber buns, and low-calorie cheese. By 1985, Delights had expanded to over 100 locations across the U.S. Health-conscious patrons frequented their drive-thru windows, seeking guilt-free indulgence. The Delights burger, crafted from lean beef and served on a whole-grain bun, garnered widespread acclaim. Customers appreciated the harmony between taste and nutrition. However, Delights encountered challenges as larger chains like McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's introduced healthier options like salad and baked potatoes, intensifying competition. In 1986, Delights ceased franchising and shuttered several outlets. By year's end, they filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Delights of America might have faded into obscurity, but will Burger Queen win hearts to the extent that it will never fade into memories? Or will its fate be similar?
Big things are cooking at Burger Queen, from food to fun and in between. So if you really want to see, just follow me. I'm Queenie Bee.
Number 15, Burger Queen. Burger Queen, later rebranded as Druthers, embarked on its fast food journey in 1956 as Burger Queen in Winter Haven, Florida. Founded by Harold and Helen Kite, this drive-thru eatery swiftly became renowned for its convenient service.
Why does a place called Burger Queen have fish?
Fish?
Oceans of fish, crispy style from Burger Queen, gonna make you smile.
The whimsical moniker Burger Queen was a playful nod to the term druthers, accompanied by their mascot, Queenie Bee, a colossal female bee. In 1961, George Clark and Jim Gannon, business partners from Louisville, acquired franchise rights and expanded the chain into Kentucky. Eventually, they bought out the Florida-based company, reaching a milestone with their 50th location in Danville by 1973. Despite its popularity, Druthers confronted challenges. In 1990, it transitioned into a territory operator for Dairy Queen, with most restaurants converting to the Dairy Queen brand by the first quarter of 1991.
Man, I want a sandwich. You want racks. New sandwiches at Racks.
Number 16, Rack's Roast Beef. Rack's Roast Beef, originally named Jack's Roast Beef, began its journey in 1967 when founder Jack Roshman launched the inaugural location in Springfield, Ohio. In 1969, General Foods acquired the chain and renamed it Rick's Roast Beef. However, by 1972, most of these rebranded restaurants had shuttered. The Restaurant Administration Corporation owned the remaining 10 units, led by J. Patrick Ross, a franchisee for various restaurant chains like Wendy's and Ponderosa Steakhouse. Rack, which focused on roast beef, reverted to the original Jack's name. In 1977, they reopened the restaurants as Racks, a more trademark-friendly title.
When you're getting hungry for a meal or a snack, you'll get a special sandwich. Stop in at Racks and say, "Pack it to me, baby."
However, in the late 1980s, Racks changed, diversifying its menu beyond roast beef sandwiches. They experimented with baked potatoes, pizza, Asian cuisine, and an endless salad bar. Regrettably, these alterations led to financial strains, with the company declaring bankruptcy multiple times. By the 1990s, the once vibrant chain had diminished to fewer than 20 locations.
What a burger, just what a burger should be. Whataburger! Whataburger!
Number 17, Whataburger. Whataburger, originating on August the 8th of 1950, sprang from the innovative mind of entrepreneur Harmon Dobson. His concept was straightforward yet daring. Create a substantial burger that warranted both hands to hold and so delectable that customers would exclaim, "What a burger!" Hence, Whataburger earned its moniker. The inaugural Whataburger stand proudly graced Ayr Street in Corpus Christi, Texas. Harmon Dobson expanded his burger domain. By 1960, 17 restaurants bore the Whataburger name. The iconic orange and white striped A-frame buildings peppered the Texas terrain, while the menu expanded to encompass French fries and hot pies.
Whataburger Whatameals at participating restaurants. Breakfast Whatameals also available.
Sadly, a plane crash claimed Harmon Dobson's life in 1967, leaving his wife Grace at the helm. Under Grace Dobson's guidance, Whataburger flourished in the 1970s, doubling its locations to over 200 restaurants. While Whataburger persists, many 1970s specific concepts and drive-thru locales have vanished or transformed. But what about Roy Rogers? He was a once beloved actor and drive-thru chain.
Our Roy Rogers family restaurants are famous for fresh roast beef sandwiches. And now I'm inviting you to come on in and try our delicious hamburgers.
Number 18, Roy Rogers. Roy Rogers, established in 1968, expanded its drive-thru service after acquiring numerous Geno's locations. Founded by the Marriott Corporation, it aimed to offer hearty fast food with a Western theme.
Holy moly, look at all that chicken and bacon. Oh man, and toppings. Come on, let's get it. All right, hit the music.
Initially concentrated in the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast regions, it gained popularity for its burgers, fried chicken, and roast beef sandwiches. By the 1980s, it boasted over 600 locations, making it a significant player in the fast food landscape. However, faced with growing competition and changing consumer preferences, many Roy Rogers restaurants closed over the years. Notwithstanding this, its legacy endures, with fond memories of its signature offerings and iconic Western-themed decor. Today, while many of its drive-thru locations in the 1970s have vanished, Roy Rogers remains a nostalgic favorite among those who remember its delicious fare and distinctive atmosphere.
Del Taco. Corn chips piled on my plate. Tastes so great, I just can't wait.
Number 19, Del Taco. Del Taco, established in 1964 by Ed Hackbarth and David Jameson, made its grand entrance in Yermo, California. Their inaugural day featured 19-cent tacos, tostadas, fries, and 24-cent cheeseburgers, amassing a remarkable $169 in sales, equivalent to around 900 tacos.
The Del Taco, yeah, we make a salad that's new. The Del Taco fresh to you.
This fiery start laid the groundwork for a cherished fast food chain. During the 1970s, Del Taco flourished, enriching its menu and expanding its presence. By 1977, it proudly operated 50 restaurants, doubling to 100 a year later. Menu innovations included the bun taco, quesadilla, and delectable ice cream sundaes. Yet, it was its pioneering drive-thru service that truly distinguished it. The 1990s witnessed bold transformations, with initiatives enhancing the customer experience and a fresh logo redesign paving the way for future expansion. By the 2000s, Del Taco nearly doubled its presence, commemorating the launch of its 500th restaurant in 2008. Fondly remembered menu additions like the caramel cheesecake bites remain cherished.
I'm Puppies Taco. We hope that will please you. Pumpin' Taco, Papa Taco, 29 cents. Drive-thru.
And at number 20, Pumpin' Taco. Pumpin' Taco, a California-based fast food chain, once delighted taste buds with its drive-thru fare. Founded in 1956 by Russell Wendell, the eatery featured tacos, tostadas, pastrami sandwiches, burgers, and various hot dogs.
Whole beef patty, super sauce, beefsteak tomato, pickles, the Pumpin' Taco hamburger, 69 cents.
The first branded Pumpin' Taco opened in Pasadena, California in 1965, with the chain's iconic orange A-frame roof buildings becoming a familiar sight across Southern California. By 1972, Pumpin' Taco had expanded to 50 locations, and a year later, the number soared to 621. The menu offered refreshing beverages like RC Cola, root beer, flavored slushes, and savory treats. However, the chain's glory days were brief. In 1984, Taco Bell acquired 99 of Pumpin' Taco's California stores, mainly for their prime real estate locations, leading to the demise of the beloved chain. Only 3 locations in Albuquerque, New Mexico survived independently as Pup and Taco until their closure in 2013. While Pup and Taco may no longer grace our drive-thrus, its memory lives on in pop culture, from Johnny Carson's quips on The Tonight Show to singer Tina Marie's association with the chain in the 70s.